So since moving into this house, we moved into this house in 2013, I knew I wanted to really expand the design of the house and really make it something I would love and grow into. And so I wanted to pursue getting extra molding, extra design, extra trim work, nice painting done. And I found through several different magazines that would come to the house, the advertisement for home trim work. So the first, I made an appointment, and Ulan was my designer, and he came to the home, and we discussed what I wanted to have done to the house. And we had a conversation. He brought his measuring materials, he brought his sketchbook, and we started to talk about how we would have proceeded with making the house into something more than I really would ever have hoped for. So it was really very nice. It was a very easy process. He outlined everything that had to be done, put everything down in writing, and then we made the agreement, and he took measurements. It was a very quick and easy process. When we got close to the delivery of the materials, the wood and everything else, Bucks Lumber reached out to me because we did several projects in this house, and so I've been through this several times. Bucks Lumber reaches out. They let us know that they're going to be arriving on a certain day. We would talk about where the materials would be. In the case of this house, we had them available in the garage, just to keep them protected from the weather and to have them easily accessible to the driveway where the team would do their actual work, the cutting and the sawing, etc., as they prepared all the different moldings and wood material for the house. And then they arrived and dropped everything off, and it was very easy. So we worked with Oleg, and Oleg was fantastic. He was our lead installer, our lead carpenter. And he's very accommodating. He listened to what I wanted. He took into account different variations that just by going through the project, things come up that are not necessarily predicted when we originally make the agreement. And we work through those different variations, and with the construction of the house caused us to make different decisions along the way, but working with Oleg was a real pleasure. He's very courteous and personable and easy to work with and very accommodating, and I really enjoyed my experience working with him. The team was as inconspicuous, I would say, working here as you possibly can, considering that this is a major project for a house. You're upending everything. You're doing, crown molding, picture frame molding, chair rails, wainscoting. But the team is very polite, very courteous. They arrive on time. They arrive when expected. They are very as unobtrusive as possible. I oftentimes work from home, and it was absolutely no problem to have the team working here in the house during all that time. Even when I'm on meetings or calls, it was just like as if it was a normal day, even though that they were really very hard at work, putting together all the materials and making all the measurements, sawing, installing, nailing, etc. Within the house. Most of the work was done out in the backyard on the driveway, where they would set up their table saws and everything. But every day everything was cleaned up and put into a very convenient location for the next days of work. And after everything was done, they cleaned up everything very well, and it was like everything was back to normal. When it came down to the time for painting, Jacob and Alex would come in, and they would start the process with the prep. Prepping the walls, prepping the moldings, filling in with the caulking and everything to get ready for the painting. And then they would ask me which colors I would like for the house, and I would provide them with the colors. And that's really all I needed to do, is show them, what colors I wanted and where. And then from there, everything was just seamless. They proceeded and painted, and if they had any questions, they would ask me. But mostly it was a very smooth and easy process every time we've done this. If I had to compare home trim work to other contractors and vendors that we work with, I would say home trim work is definitely well above average. They're very courteous. They're a pleasure to work with. They're very friendly and very industrious group of workers. So I really enjoyed my experience with home trim work. Would I recommend home trim work to others? Absolutely, yes. In fact, I have. So when people come, they often see, the details that home trim work had done, and I let them know, how to reach them for their own homes and their own projects. I almost wish, though, I'll be honest, that when we bought the house, that we didn't do anything with the original builder. I wish we had waited and had home trim work do everything versus whatever the builder installed, because the builder's quality of work just did not compare to the quality that home trim work and the team was able to do with respect to precision and molding and just really good quality work. I found that what was done by the builder's team just didn't compare. Home trim work has done a large amount of the work in this house. We've done, I think at this point, almost every room, if not every room in this house. And so the house is completely done in terms of painting and molding by home trim work.